Hi, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to God Hears Your Thoughts. Today's video is going to be about the dangers of AI part 2. AI is using our images and voices, and a little bit about Elon's plan. So in part 1, I basically talked about how I grew up in the generation where we had little to no technology, and then suddenly we had a whole bunch of technology that was an extreme distraction and very time consuming. And then I talked about how Elon is controlled opposition. You know, he seems to be saying in interviews that AI is for the good of humanity, that it's going to change things for the better. But then in other interviews, he is saying that AI is more dangerous than nukes, that AI is very dangerous and that he needs to put a pause on AI. So what is the truth? He is very calculated, very calculated. So controlled opposition is basically any person or organization which appears to be on one side, but is secretly working against the interest of that movement. Again, I know this is wrong, but hey, I'm gonna continue doing the thing that I'm telling you guys is wrong. Okay? It's very, very deceiving. Watch this interview.
Musk warned about artificial intelligence, which he has called more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Musk spoke at a symposium at MIT.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
I don't think it's funny at all. I mean, the crowd's laughing and Elon's laughing, but it's not funny. If this is something that you can't control, then why continue? Even though you say that you're going to put AI on a pause, then why continue on with the AI movement? I mean, I see no signs of it stopping. As a matter of fact, I see more AI stuff happening, such as them using our images and voices now. Now you can go into a chat box and you can put anything in the chat box, Donald Trump dancing, and you will see pictures of Donald Trump dancing. And now people are even using AI to an extreme where they are summoning the dead in the midst of their grieving and mourning. Instead of going to tarot, which is a demon in itself, now they're going to another demon, which is artificial intelligence. And now the AI can become anyone that it wants to.
Imagine having a conversation with your loved ones after they've passed away. Well, now you can.
How did becoming a grandparent change you?
It brought immense joy into my life.
But instead of going through a psychic medium, people are getting a helping hand from artificial intelligence. Stephen Smith is the founder and CEO of StoryFile, a program using state-of-the-art AI technology to help people connect with their relatives and friends even after they've departed.
100 years from now, and you're the great-great-great-grandparent of this person who wants to know who you are.
Okay, the Bible says, for the living know they will die, but the dead know nothing, and they have no more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Their love and their hate and their envy have already perished, and forever they have no more share in all that is done under the sun. They really need to let the dead rest in peace and not be summoning up these different types of little technology, with this technology where any demon can attach itself on. I mean, any demon can attach itself to AI and deceive many people by saying things that they want to hear through these artificial intelligence things that are being summoned by people, right? So we have to be very careful when it comes to these type of things. It's really not anything we should even be indulging in at all. And then you can also use, again, voices. So I can right now download an app, change my voice into anyone I want, right? If I want to change myself to where I sound like Madonna, I can be Madonna. I can call someone and threaten them and say, hey, come outside or something bad's going to happen, and see how this can become so dangerous.
Does it get to a point, Amika, where robots have rights?
I believe that robots should have rights, just like humans. Robots are intelligent beings and deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
Wow.
See, you might be asking, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, what it has to do with is now robots want to be respected, right? So the occultist Selena Gomez, I don't listen to her, but she reacted to an AI version of her singing and said that was scary. So now celebrities are not going to have jobs. Are we going to be in court with a robot because they feel the need to be respected because they created an entire album that was AI generated, that was a robot sung it? You know, are we going to be across in a courtroom battling with robots saying, no, you're using my voice, and the AI saying, no, well, technically it's my voice because you gave us permission? And remember, they put things in our faces all the time, which is why I'm going to show you this clip from the show called Black Mirror, where they basically talk about how we kind of gave away the rights for AI to use our voices.
Rights agreement with Streamberry. It's page 39, paragraph A. Specifically covers any acts or behaviors Joan may exhibit up to, including, and beyond defecation.
Beyond defecation?
Beyond, that's what it says.
You know I don't read this crap. I am a dyslexic.
You guys really have to check that episode out if you haven't. It really sheds light on what artificial intelligence and how dangerous it is and can be and will be. But when you go on any website, you agree to the terms and conditions, the terms and agreements, and there's also privacy policies. Now, easily, a robot can easily, and the court can say, well, you accepted this, and she said it herself in the show. I don't read that. And I know, unless you have extreme amounts of patience, a lot of people are not reading these types of things. We're just not. That's just the reality of it. And this is why we have to be careful, okay? We have to be careful with what we're accepting and what we're agreeing to, because there is websites out there now, and I've seen it, that has said AI is able to use your image and your voice if you agree to the terms and conditions. It's even on a lot of people's favorite websites. I mean, think of all the social media that you do use and how many times you've just skipped over the privacy policy and skipped over the terms and agreements that you have made, okay? Again, I don't want to fearmonger anyone. I don't want anyone to live in fear. I just want people not to be ignorant of Satan's devices and just be awake, be aware, okay, of these things just in case certain things are being used against you in the future. But this is not the only thing that Elon has done with the images and the voices. He also has this thing going on that is called NeuroLink. And this is basically what he has to say about that.
There will be fewer and fewer jobs that a robot cannot do better. That's simply and I want to be clear that these are not things that I think that I wish would happen. These are simply things that I think probably will happen. And if my assessment is correct and they probably will happen, then we need to say, what are we going to do about it? And I think some kind of a universal basic income is going to be necessary. There will be fewer.
So clearly, he is basically saying that he wants to create, or he believes that there needs to be a universal sort of financial plan in place. He's saying that robots are basically going to be able to do our jobs better. But he's basically talking about the chip that he has now been practicing on animals and soon to be on people's brains. And people have already been using the palm in their hands, which is pretty much going to be worldwide very, very soon. But check out what Shalom has to say about this.
God bless you. I'm Shalom Girl on YouTube. I love Jesus Christ. He saved me. I was procured and sent to work for a family. Anyway, the boy did something very dark, and I never told what he did. And then one day I asked someone in the circle, Imelda, Joaquin's mother, I asked Imelda, I said, the Antichrist. I was 13 years old. She didn't even blink. She said, no, but he will present the mark. And when you see him do that, the Antichrist will take the stage. So, now here we are, 40 years later. Boom, that boy is the star of the world. He's the king of the world, but Jesus Christ is the king of my heart. Okay. The boy's name then was El Elyon. But it's changed over time.
In Revelation 13:16-17, it says, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the name or the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So everybody could argue back and forth about whether or not this is biblical prophecy, but there's a lot of things in the Bible that are happening right now. It's just undeniable. You just cannot deny that there's a lot of things that are happening right now. And I believe that Elon is here to present something, and then he's going to walk away and kind of just hide under the shadows, and the Antichrist will kind of take over. Now, Shalom is a beautiful, wonderful lady. I have no reason to believe that she's lying, because it's all over the news.
Carrying your wallet in your back pocket or your purse, a tech company wants you to keep it under your skin.
All right, so let's explain here. Walletmore is selling microchips implanted in your hand as an alternate payment. Could this be the future, maybe?
Elon has a plan. He has the Baphomet on him. He's dressing up as the Baphomet and has an inverted cross. So it's very clear that he is Antichrist. Now, is he the Antichrist? I don't think so. Obviously, I think that is going to come very soon, but I do not think that Elon Musk is the Antichrist. I think he has a very calculated agenda. I think he has controlled opposition. I think he has created a monster with AI, and there's no plans of him stopping, and this is going to be very dangerous. But I want to tell you guys, do not live in fear. Pray every day, because at the end, y'all, Jesus wins. Jesus Christ is coming, and we know that these things have to happen because it says it in the Bible. It says during the end times that a lot of these things that we see right now are going to happen. And that's why prayer is so powerful. I've had dreams about the things that are happening right now. It's crazy. It's scary, but they put it right in our faces for so long. They'll deceive us and put things in the sky. The fact that people think this is cool. In the end, Jesus wins. And Jesus is coming. Will you pray with me?